everybody. It's Bill Mann, Concert for an Open Heart, Thursday night at 7 o'clock, from here till who knows when. I'm going to start this evening with a song written by one of my favorite songwriters. This is a guy named Bill Staines, who lives up in New England, I think in New Hampshire if I'm not mistaken, but it might be Vermont. I know it's one of those two. And he's one of these guys that's been traveling millions of miles, literally, in his old car to play shows all over the continent. And I've been following him for 40 years, something like that. And this is one of his songs that I first learned way back in the in the 70s or 80s, something like that. And I want to dedicate it to my friend and stepfather, Jimmy Johnson, whose birthday it is today. So happy birthday, Jimmy. Hope you're doing well. Say hey to Mom. This song seemed an appropriate one for him. I do believe there will be waiting for me somewhere down the road, another song worth singing somewhere down the road, down the road, down the road, another song worth singing down the road. If the way seems long and slow, just remember as you go, there's a song worth singing down the road. I do believe there will be waiting for me somewhere down the road, another friend worth knowing somewhere down the road, down the road, down the road. Another friend worth knowing down the road. When the way gets long and slow, just remember when you go, there's a friend worth knowing down the road. I do believe there will be waiting for me somewhere down the road, another day worth living somewhere down the road, down the road, down the road, another day worth living down the road. When the way gets long and slow, just remember when you go, there's a day worth living down the road. When the way gets long and slow, just remember when you go, there's a song worth singing, there's a friend worth knowing, there's a day worth living down the road. All right, well, I hope everybody's doing well. Still crazy out there, so I hope you're being good to each other and being careful, being safe and healthy, staying healthy. Let's see here. I'm just kind of hanging out with my cat most of the time, Bella. Let's see here. Janie, if you're watching, ginger tea. I like it when I get feedback from friends who perform, or who don't perform for that matter, who get some good feedback, offer it, you know. Help me do this a little bit better. So this is one from my CD, Your Heart Knows. And for those of you who have ordered that CD, they are on the way. I'm a little slow getting them out sometimes because of the situation. I just don't go out as much as I used to right now. And sometimes the post office is too crowded to deal with, so I'll put it off for another day. But those CDs eventually get there, and I promise you'll get one. If you don't, let me know. because who knows where they might get sent sometimes, but usually they arrive. So this is one from my CD that's kind of a universal tale. God made man, God made woman, back in the garden that day. 5 will get you 10, he saw it coming. In fact, I bet he planned it that way. Cause the battle's been raging since the very first day. Adam started checking Eve out. She winked and smiled and then played hard to get it. He began to scream and shout. Can't live with him, can't live without him. Spend your whole life dreaming all about him, but everybody knows, ain't no doubt. Can't live with him, can't live without him. Half a dress, smelling like heaven on earth. The first date with the man of her dreams. She's about to get her bubble burst. Cause he's bragging about his new bass boat. Baby, it's so sweet. But you could hear her screaming all the way down the street. Can't live with him, can't live without him. Spend your whole life dreaming all about him, but everybody knows, ain't no doubt. Can't live with him, can't live without him. But through all kinds of trouble, all kinds of weather, love's the glue that holds us together. Cause when it comes down to it, we're birds of a feather. So what you gonna do? Can't live with him, can't live without him. Spend your whole life dreaming all about him, but everybody knows, ain't no doubt. You can't live with him, can't live without him. Can't live with him, can't live without him. Spend your whole life dreaming all about him, but everybody knows, ain't no doubt. Can't live with him, can't live without him. All right, there you go. And if you happen to want that CD, if you can't live for another minute without it, it looks just like this. Still have not mastered getting the glare off of that thing. Yeah, I kind of got it. Anyway, it's called Your Heart Knows. It's $10 plus $3 shipping. Or if you want just the songs, just without the actual CD, I can send those to you for $10. You don't have to pay any shipping. So just leave me a note in the comments, and eventually I will find it. Believe me, I just discovered a couple that I had missed, but eventually I will find it in there, and we'll make it happen. The other thing I'll point out to you is this. This is how I'm. Ever since the pandemic started, this is kind of how I'm making my living now. So I appreciate the generosity of the folks who've supported me, and I appreciate all of you just being here, whether you support me financially or not. I just really appreciate that, and so thanks. Spread the word. Let people know this is happening every Thursday night at 7 o'clock Central Time, right here on Facebook Live. Let's see here. This one. I'm going to try one here. This is I guess that's the one. Many of you know that I grew up musically speaking with the Beatles, and they were a big influence on me musically, and a big influence on me as a songwriter as well. John Lennon and Paul McCartney wrote some amazing songs, and legendary songwriters, really. But the one who didn't get quite as much accolades, who was also a very excellent songwriter, was George Harrison. And this is one by George. All right, let's see here. Here comes the sun, here comes the sun, I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, the smiles returning to the faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. 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 Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Alright, Beatles. My favorite. Now this next song is an old one. This is one that's been around for probably since the 30s anyway, maybe a little bit longer. And I used to do it years ago, and I just recently ran into it again and decided I was going to relearn it. Man, it has got a ton of words, so I'm going to stick it right down here just in case I lose my way. This is one of those songs that if you lose your way, you just got to kind of stop and pick up where you are. You know, you can't just blow through it. Tells a story. It's a cautionary tale. It tells a story about a country preacher. Now, this preacher, every Sunday morning, he was in church preaching to his congregation. But he woke up one Sunday morning, and it was a beautiful day, and he just, he was scheduled to preach, but he just decided he was going to play hooky. He wanted to go hunting because it was such a beautiful day. Go out and maybe scare a mess of quail and whatever else he could find, that sort of thing. So he called his assistant pastor and he said, "Listen, I'm not feeling all that well this morning, so why don't you take it and I'll talk to you later." And so he arranged that, and then he got dressed and grabbed his shotgun and headed out into the woods to see what he could find. Well, he had a bit of success. He got a mess of quail and found one old scraggly rabbit that he happened to bag. But on his way home, he ran into a grizzly bear. This is a story about the preacher and the bear. Well, the preacher went out a-hunting. It was on one Sunday morning. Now, it was against his religion, but he still took a shotgun along. Got him a mess of mighty fine quail and one old scraggly hare. And on the way home, he ran into a great big grizzly bear. Well, the bear got down, getting ready to charge. Preacher hadn't seen nothing quite that large. He looked that bear right square in the eye. Didn't take that preacher too long to say bye. Started to run and he spotted a limb. About that time the bear made a grab for him, and he was scared to death. Turned about, looked through the skies, and he began to shout, "Hey Lord, you delivered old Daniel from the bottom of the lion's den, and you delivered old Jonah from the belly of the whale, and then Hebrew children from the fiery furnace, so the good book do declare. Lord, Lord, if you can't help me, please don't help that bear." Well, about that time, the limb broke off and the preacher come a-tumbling down. He had his razor out of his pocket by the time he hit the ground. Landed on his feet right in front of that bear, and Lord, what an awful sight. Was the preacher and the bear and the quail and the hare flying from left to right. Well, first it was up and then it was down. The preacher and the bear went round and round. The bear he growled, the preacher he groaned. He was having a tough time holding his own. Said, Lord, if I ever get out of here alive and back to the good book, I'll abide. Won't go hunting on the Sabbath day. Come Sunday, I'm heading to church to pray. So David, a quick little upward glance, and he said, Lord, please just give me one more chance. You delivered old Daniel from the bottom of the lion's den. You delivered old Jonah from the belly of the whale, and then the Hebrew children from the fiery furnace. Good books do declare. Lord, Lord, if you can't help me, please don't help that bear. Well, they fought on down to the river. They fought on down to the river. And Lord, what a terrible fight. That bear was really coming on strong, but the preacher, he was doing all right. Fought that bear right into the river, then 3 times in and out. And then the bear limped away. The preacher did say, "Thank you, Lord, for helping me out." Hey, Lord, you delivered old Daniel from the bottom of the lion's den, and you delivered old Jonah from the belly of the whale, and then, well, Lord, it may not seem like much where you are way up there, but I gotta tell you, the hardest thing that I've ever done was to baptize that bear. Hey Lord, you delivered old Daniel from the bottom of the lion's den, and you delivered old Jonah from the belly of the whale, and then Hebrew children from the fiery furnace, so the good book do declare. Lord, Lord, if you can't help me, please don't help that bear. And that's a story about the preacher and the bear. So I'm curious if you've heard that one. Let me know in the comments. Some people might have heard that one. A lot of people have not. But that's been around for a long time. So let me know. Let's see here. Well, this next song is one that that I have not played all that much, and I wrote this. I was living in Seattle when I wrote this, so that's back in the '80s. So, but it's just kind of been tucked away. But I decided I'd see if I could do it tonight. This is called "On My Way Back Home." On my listen to your heart. Therein lies my song. I begin to open to you. I can hear you singing on my way back home. Give my heart to you. Open wide from deep inside his soul unfolding. On my way back home, you give my love to all things through you, all in your name. On my way back home, on my way back home. There you go, on my way back home. All right, let's see here. Let's see, what am I doing here? I'm reminding you of this, just in case. Hopefully you can read that. I made that big enough to read. Basically, what it says is, if you'd like to support the musician, that's me. Then you can go to PayPal.com/YourHeartKnows, or you can go to Venmo.com and use the name capital BILL hyphen capital MANN hyphen 18. That's my username at Venmo. So thanks for your support, whether it's just showing up and being here and being a part of this, giving me somebody to play to, or if you're able to contribute to support, that's great too. This is how I'm making my living these days. So till we get a better plan here. All right, let's see here. I'm going to play you a couple that I wrote with other people, and this is one that I wrote when I was living in Nashville. Both these I wrote in Nashville, and this is one that was written with a man named J.K. Gully. J.K. Gully is an excellent guitarist and songwriter. And he lives in Barrie, Ontario, a bit north of Toronto, and he comes to Nashville a few times a year, and I was fortunate enough at that time to be able to sit down and write a song with him. And here's what we wrote. Let me see. This is called You Were Born to Shine. You were born in the morning with your eyes wide open, face to the sky, looking up at your mother with a boundless point of view. Full of dreams and courage, you have no limits when you come in this life. Remember, baby, there's nothing you can't do. You were born to shine. You were born to shine. Make a difference in this crazy world and change some lives. Oh, you have it all. Give it all you have. You were born to shine. You were born to shine. There'll be times you'll find you're alone and discouraged, but don't give up. With a will like yours, you'll always find a way. Even journeys that you travel of 1,000 miles begin with one small step. Remember, baby, there'll be better days. You were born to shine. You were born to shine. make a difference in this crazy world and change some lives. Oh, you have it all, give it all your love. You were born to shine, you were born to shine. Every soul upon this earth, from the moment of their birth, has a light, has a life. You were born to shine, you were born to shine. Make a difference in this crazy world and change some lives. Oh, you have it all, give it all your life. You were born to shine, you were born to shine. Oh, you have it all, give it all your love. You were born to shine, you were born to shine. You were born to shine. Alrighty. Well, if anybody out there happens to know J.K., I haven't seen him for years, but if you happen to run into him, tell him I said hello and tell him I'm still playing our song. Now this next one was written again with another person, with a co-writer by the name of Lisa Ashman, also from Nashville. Lisa, I know some of you will know Lisa. You Nashville folks will. Excuse me. She's a very successful. Let's see, do I need that? Oh, I need that. Right there is where I need that. She's a very successful songwriter. She's had lots of people record her songs, and she's been doing it for years. And I was very fortunate to get to write a song with her. And we were talking. The way you do it sometimes, if you don't come in with a particular idea about what you're going to write, you just sit down and you start talking about what's going on in life, and hopefully out of the conversation comes up some sort of idea. And we were chatting away, and we got to talking about spiritual things and God and so forth, and about the influence, about the guidance that's available there. That if you're just paying attention, and I made the comment. I said, yeah, it's like a radio station. It's like WGOD 24/7. And she stopped and looked at me. She said, "That's what we're writing. That's what we're writing." So let's see here. Let me pull this over, because there's a part that we decided to, since it was kind of like an old-timey radio station, we decided to put an announcer in it. And I don't know this part very well, so I'm going to have to read this to you. But you can imagine if you're driving down the road on your way to work, and you turn on the AM dial and you happen to catch this old-timey country radio station. And the announcer says, "Good morning, you're listening to WGOD, broadcasting from the heart of all creation, where our request line is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you're looking for solid gold, then turn your dial to WGOD, where the heavenly sound is always found. Who among us has not slipped and fallen? Who among us has not lost their way for at least one day? And who cannot recall when they were up against a wall, had to drop down on their knees and pray? WGOD 24/7, WGOD, straight to you from heaven. He's on the air everywhere, no place he can't be heard. Turn up that dial, he'll make you smile when you listen to his word. On WGOD, WGOD. There is no time his program's not on. And though his signal might seem far away, it'll be okay. Just be still and listen. You'll be right there with him every minute, every hour, every day. On WGOD 24/7, WGOD, straight to you from heaven. He's on the air everywhere, no place he can't be found. Turn up that dial, he'll make you smile when you listen to his sound. question is, are you tuned in to his? W-G-O-D, dial him up, dial him, W-G-O-D, turn him up, turn him, W-G-O-D, listen up, listen, he'll lift you up, lift you up, lift you up, on W-G-O-D, 24/7, W-G-O-D, straight to you from heaven. W-G-O-D, 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 W-G-O-D. Well, thank you, friends and neighbors, for tuning in to W-G-O-D. All right. So if you Nashville folks, if you run into Lisa, tell her I said hello, and tell her also I'm still playing our song. And a fine song it is. All right, let's see here. Well, I'm going to do this one for you. This is another one from my CD. Show and tell. Let's see here, and there we go. Just about getting the hang of getting the glare off of this thing. The CD is called Your Heart Knows, 10 songs. It's $10 plus $3 shipping, unless you want just the songs, and I can send those to you, the MP3 files, for $10 and no shipping. So, and this next song is on it. I'm going to do a little bit different arrangement of it this time, though. Let's see. Better get some more of this here. All my life I've heard it sung, after learning how to love we are never too young, but it's all so true. I've heard it told, comes to giving love we are never too old to give a little love from the bottom of the heart. If you want to make a friend of someone, that's where you start. Inside of you, let it be true. From the bottom of the heart, and give a little love. Now our hearts will open, and our hearts will close. That's the way our hearts are fashioned, I suppose. But if we just stay true to the higher point of view, the love that's there inside of you will come pouring through. When you give a little love from the bottom of the heart, if you want to make a friend of someone, that's where you start. Inside of you, let it be true. From the bottom of the heart, give a little love. Sometimes that's real easy, sometimes not. Sometimes life just don't work out the way you thought. But when trouble's got you dreaming, but when trouble, messed up my own words, but when trouble's got you running, your dreams are torn apart, there's an answer right inside of you, that's where the whole thing starts. So give a little love from the bottom of the heart. If you want to make a friend of someone, that's where you start. Inside of you, let it be true. From the bottom of the heart, give a little love. Just give a little love. From the bottom of the heart, if you want to make a friend of someone, that's where you start. inside of you. Let it be true from the bottom of the heart. Oh, give a little love down inside of you. Just let it ring true from the bottom of the heart. Give a little love. There we go. All right. Let's see here. How we doing time-wise? There we go. All right. This next one is one I wrote a few years ago when I happened to run across a quote that I liked from Abraham Lincoln, and he said, he reportedly he said, excuse me, most folks are just about as happy as they make up their minds to be, and I thought that was a keeper. So I decided to commemorate it by writing a song. This is called Happy As You Want to Be. When the music starts playing, you can be afraid or you can dance. You can just stand still wishing for a thrill, or you can take a chance. It might seem like a long, long shot, but it's $1 million guarantee. You can be happy as you want to be. You can be happy as you want to be. And when the clouds come around, you can wear a frown, or you can choose to see the silver lining of the blessing there shining just for you. It doesn't matter if it's blue or gray, 'cause the sky's not the limit, you see. You can be happy as you want to be. You can be happy as you want to be. When the storm is as bad as it's ever been, and you need a friend, when you're looking for shelter from the wind, it's there within. When you know it's in your hands, you are holding the key, and you can be happy as you want to be. You can be happy as you want to be. So when the going gets rough and you've had enough, crack a smile. Try to find a way, let yourself play like a little child. It's in the way that you see your life, 'cause life becomes what you see. And you can be happy as you want to be. You can be happy as you want to be. You can be happy as you want to be. I can be happy as I want to be. Happy as I want to be. I can be happy as I want to be. Happy as I want to be. I can be happy as I want to be. Happy as I want to be. I can be happy as I want to be. Happy as I want to be. And that's the truth. Alrighty. Well, I see all the comments coming across the screen. I'm too far away from the screen to see who it is, but I will read them later, and I'll respond as well. And I just want to say I really appreciate you being here, and how much fun it is to. I mean, it's you'd have to see this setup. I'm just sitting here with my phone in front of me, and it looks like I'm just sitting here playing on my phone, but those comments that you keep making come across the screen, that lets me know that people are out there. So that's a good thing. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Oh, this one. Well, this is one that I've hardly ever played in public. Not because it's banned or anything, but just because it's just one of those I just haven't played. I wrote this some years ago. I've got a friend, and some of you know her as well, by the name of Elaine Paul. And Elaine and I go way back. Elaine's a bit of a songwriter and a good speaker and all around great person. But she came. We were in South Carolina at a spiritual conference, and she was the guest speaker. She was going to be speaking Saturday night on a particular subject, and I was scheduled to play just before her. And she came to me on Friday night and said, I have an idea for a song that I would like for you to write. I've got a couple of quotes, and it has to do, I'm going to use them in my talk, and I want you to write this song about these quotes, using these quotes. I said, okay, great. When do you want it? She said, well, I want it by tomorrow night. I want you to play it tomorrow night before my talk. And if you know Elaine, you know that's so Elaine, right? So Elaine, if you're watching, I'm watching you. But anyway, so she asked me to write this song, and I committed to it, and I missed most of the afternoon session and part of my lunch. But at the end of, by the time it was time to play, I had this song, and it's one of my favorites. I just haven't played it very much. So the theme, I don't remember the name of the talk exactly, but the quotes were both about the tiger's eye, the focus that a tiger has when concentrating on its prey, and how that was a metaphor for spiritual focus. How about if you can be so focused as to shut everything else out, then that serves you well. You had to have that much focus to be that present. And so this is called the tiger's eye. I no longer have the patience to wait and see what comes, and hope that fortune smiles upon me before my life is done. 'Cause my dreams are loudly calling, they're filling up my ears with a sound so overwhelming, it's drowning out my fears. And the tiger's eye is burning bright, even in the darkest night it's open to reflect the light of soul. The tiger's gaze can clearly see there is no guarantee except to let the heart fly to its goal. No more hesitation to face the fears I feel. I know without a moment's doubting my wounds will heal. So I walk out to meet the challenge, and my heart leads me true. I see each one as a stepping stone that leads me straight to you. And the tiger's eye is burning bright, even in the darkest night it's open to reflect the light of soul. And the tiger's gaze can clearly see there is no guarantee except let the heart fly to its goal. The secret, I know what to expect. Love is given in accordance with what I can accept. And the tiger's eyes burning bright, even in the darkest night, is open to reflect the light of soul. The tiger's gaze can clearly see there is no guarantee, except to let the heart fly to its goal. Except to let the heart fly to its goal. All right, and that's the tiger's eye. Now let's see. Elaine, if you're out there, I want to hear from you. It's been too long. Now this next song, let's see how much time it is. Oh, there we go. This next song is, I guess I don't need that. I usually take, I do my best to take about 20 or 30 minutes every day to get quiet and just kind of be still and kind of go inside and just check in with myself, so to speak. And I found over the years that's served me very well. And a lot of people do that sort of thing. Some of them do a contemplation. Some of them do a meditation, which is slightly different. Some people might take a nap for 20, 30 minutes just to refresh, just to wake up refreshed. And I mean, I'm a terrible napper. I nap and I'm groggy for an hour afterwards, so I can't do that. But some people are very good at that. And some people just like to go out in nature and spend a little time out in nature, out in the garden, and just kind of pull back away from the world. And everybody's got their own way to let go of the world. And, so this is called Let Go of the World. Let go of the world every day, just for a while. Slip away, feel the freedom of a heart unfurled every day. Let go of the world. Let go. This life will sometimes take you down. It's hard at the edges where the mysteries abound. We all need a quiet place to realize there's a whole lot more to see than what appears before our eyes. Let go of the world every day, just for a while. Slip away, feel the freedom of a heart unfurled every day. Let go of the world every day. Let go of the world. When the chaos comes, and you know it will, just take a moment. Let your mind be still, 'cause someone's waiting for you there in the eye of the storm. They're gonna rock you like a child in their ever-loving arms. Let go of the world every day, just for a while. Slip away, feel the freedom of a heart unfurled every day. Let go of the world Take a little time and rest your wings, and then fly on back into the heart of the world. The love song that you sing, let go of the world every day, just for a while. Slip away, feel the freedom of a heart unfurled every day. Let go of the world, feel the freedom of a heart unfurled every day. Let go of the world every day. Let go of the world. Let go of the world. So if you're not doing that, try it. Find a little time and just kind of hang with yourself and see what happens. All right, let's see here. I got time for a couple more here. I might just sneak 3 in here. We'll see. Yeah, I think I'm going to sneak 3 in. I'll go over a little bit, but that's all right. If you have to go at 8 o'clock, then I understand. But I'm going to, let's see, I need that. This is another one from my CD. And once again, show and tell, shameless self-promotion, and an exercise in not reflecting. All right. Your Heart Knows, it's $10 plus $3 shipping, or if you just want the song files, I'll send those to you for $10 without any shipping, because that's easy enough by email. And just let me leave me a note in the comments, and I'll contact you, and we'll figure out how to make it happen. So thanks for that. Let's see here. All right. This is another old one. This is one I wrote when I was living in Seattle in the 80s, and I was thinking about the interesting experience of being human, I guess. I got to thinking about who I am inside and what all this is wrapped around me. All of God's children got tools, the rich and the poor and the wise and the fools, for living, learning the golden rules. All of God's children got tools. Now everybody's born with a physical side. You can take it for a walk, take it for a ride. You can use it for a place to hide, or leave it behind when you soar and glide. But just remember one rule: body ain't nothing but a tool. Ain't nothing but a tool. All of God's children got tools. Rich and the poor and the wise and the fools, for living, learning the golden rules. All of God's children got tools. Now everybody's feeling their way. Tell me, how are you feeling today? You can love or hate anything you choose. You can jump for joy or be singing the blues. It's all according to your attitude, 'cause emotion ain't nothing but a tool. It ain't nothing but a tool. All of God's children got tools. The rich and the poor and the wise and the fools, for living, learning the golden rules. All of God's children got tools. Everybody's got time, all laid out in a line. It might be the past or the future you see, but right now is the place to be. And everybody's on their own to be the cause of the caused upon. And just because, don't you be no fool. Bodies ain't nothing but tools. Ain't nothing but tools. All of God's children got tools. The rich and the poor and the wise and the fools, for living, learning the golden rules. All of God's children got tools. So tell me what's on your mind. If you think you might be so inclined, you can think about that, think about this, think all day about heavenly bliss. But if you think mind ain't nothing but a tool. It ain't nothing but a tool. All of God's children got tools. Rich and the poor, the wise and the fools, for living and learning the golden rules. All of God's children got tools. And right from the heart and soul, in the place you are, you don't ever grow old. You got all them tools to help you find your way, tools to help you get back home someday. Sometimes they're strange, but that's okay. Ain't nothing but tools anyway. Ain't nothing but tools. All of God's children got tools. Rich and the poor and the wise and the fools, living and learning the golden rules. All of God's children got tools, yeah. All of God's children got tools. Alrighty. Now let's see here. Well, this next one is one that was written by a guy named Johnny Nash, and he recorded it also, and had a big hit on it. And it's a great song, and because of that, a lot of other people recorded it too. Jimmy Cliff recorded it, for those of you who are familiar with Jamaica and reggae music. And let's see here. I guess I better move that, else I'm not going to be able to see in case I forget. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that made me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now, the pain is gone. And all of the bad feelings have disappeared. And here is that rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Look all around and nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Alrighty. Well, I got one more for you. I just learned this one recently because I had a request for it. And it's, I've been hearing it for years, but I'd never gotten around to learning it. And gratefully I finally learned it because it's a wonderful song. It's written by a man named Paul Williams. For you songwriters out there, you know, I'm sure you know who Paul Williams is. He's a songwriter originally from LA. I think he might live in Nashville now, I'm not sure. But he's had all kinds of hits. He wrote a number of hits for the Carpenters back in the 70s, you know, had some of their top hits, and he wrote Evergreen for for Barbra Streisand and a bunch of other stuff. And he wrote this one, and he said he's written songs for a lot of people. He said, but he never thought he'd be writing a song for a frog. So you might have heard this one. Why are there so many rap songs about rainbows and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. Rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that, and someone believed it, and look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? What do you think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell, we know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep? Have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. And someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Lovers, the dreamers, and me. All right, that's going to do it for me tonight, folks. Thank you again so much for showing up and being a part of this and allowing me the pleasure of playing for you. It would be mighty lonely if I didn't see those comments coming across the screen. So thank you so much for that. Thanks for those who are able to support financially. Thanks for those who are supporting with love and your presence. I appreciate you all. One more quick last time. Your heart knows. I'm never going to get this glare thing quite right. Anyway, my CD, Your Heart Knows. It's $10 plus $3 shipping, or for the CD, and $10 by itself for just the files. I'll send you the song files. and just make a comment. Let me know that you're interested, and I will get back to you. I'm a little slow sometimes, but I eventually do follow through. So once again, thank you so much for being here. Take care of yourself. Stay healthy. Smile a lot. Be good to people. You can help. Be a helper. Lots of love.